welcome back to another video with your girl Alana Fauché. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. As you may have noticed, I changed my name from my name to Sassy Girl. I just kind of wanted to spice things up a little bit, so I decided to change my YouTube name to Sassy Girl. So in today's video, I have something very exciting. We are going to be doing my hair. We're going to be getting rid of these dark roots. As you can see, I went for a shadow root. I think it was about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago now. So when I got my hair done by the girl, I told her I want a shadow root. I was kind of tired of the full-on blonde. But as you know from experience, in my last video when I went and added lowlights into my blonde, I really didn't like it. It didn't last for long. I loved it for the first couple days, and as the days went on, I just absolutely hated it. I should have learned my lesson there, but I didn't. So end result, I do not like a shadow root. I do not like any form of darkness in my hair, really. I do like it when I add in the toner on the roots for a little bit longer than the rest, but I do like an all over blonde application. I do not like any low lights or any shadow root or any like the darkness in my hair. I just don't like it. I love my hair when it's all solid one color blonde. So I'm going to attempt to do that today. So I want to get started by showing you guys the products that I'll be using for today. This is going to be kind of like an updated hair video from the last one that I did. That blonde, that color turned out absolutely stunning. I actually shocked myself when I did that video and my hair turned out like that. Obviously, if you watch that video, I'll link it up here, you're gonna see that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Like, there was a few little hiccups as I was doing that, where I got the hot roots, but I fixed it. Your girl fixed it and she showed you how. So I hope that doesn't happen this time. Fingers crossed. If that does happen and this video is a complete disaster, you're probably not even going to see this. So let's get started. First things first, you're going to need a shirt that you do not care about. Put on clothes that you do not care about, because bleach may get on it and stain your clothes. So whenever you're doing your hair at home, make sure you're wearing clothes that you don't care about. I would suggest not wearing any makeup either, just because you are going to be washing your hair quite a bit, and because you're doing this on your own, you're going to probably hop into the shower to wash it off. First thing, shirt, clothes that you don't care about. Secondly, you're gonna need a pair of gloves. I got mine here. Thirdly, you're gonna need a bowl. Here's mine for my bleach. Secondly, you're gonna need your bleach. Or secondly, that was already like the fourth thing. Anyway, then you're gonna need your bleach. I used the Blonde Brilliance Express Level 9. I really like this bleach powder. It works for me. I always get amazing results with it, so I'll just continue to use it. Then you're gonna need your brushes. So I have all of these brushes in different sizes and one just fell. Let me grab that. So I have a smaller one. Then I have this angled brush. These are the brushes that I typically like to use, and they're from the brand Rusk. So those are the brushes. I always have a comb, and you always are gonna need some clips. Make sure they're not metal, because when you're bleaching your hair, it does start to heat up, and bleach and metal can start fire, so you don't want that. Then I have my toner applicator, and today I will be using a 20 volume developer, Igora, from, I can't say that brand, I just can't, and I'm not gonna put it away from you, but there it is. I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. It's a really good brand. And then I of course have my mirror. So yeah, there I am, and wow, this mirror is dirty. So I'm gonna be doing the back of my hair in the bathroom. I kind of have a little setup. I did get rid of my stand-up mirror, which I regret now, because I haven't done my hair on my own for a few months. So I told myself I wasn't gonna do my hair myself anymore, and I was just gonna go get it professionally done. But I wanna do it, and I wanna show you guys how I do it. So we will see how this video goes. I will be bringing you along with me in my bathroom, and then the rest I'll probably film out here. We'll see how it goes though. So I'm gonna get started with mixing and my lightener, and then I'll show you guys the toner that I'll be using. It'll probably be WELLA T14 or T14. I'm gonna see which one I want to decide on and kind of go from there. So I might just try and do the exact same look and color that I did last time for my last video that I was talking about. So we'll see if I go for more of that and see what we can do. Fingers crossed. It's such a scary process, especially when you're doing it on your own. I'm not a licensed professional. Just want to put that disclaimer out there. This is literally just a girl doing her thing, figuring out her own hair and how to get shit done. So first I'm going with my bleach. I'm gonna do 1 scoop, 2, 3, 4 scoops of bleach. I just want to ensure that I have enough, so I might add a little more than I really need. So 4 scoops, and then with the developer, I'm going to do 1.5 scoops per scoop that I did of the bleach. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then since there's 4 halves, that would be 2 scoops. Okay, once you have all that in there, all you're gonna do is just stir this all up. I also forgot to mention that you'll need one of these combs as well. I think it's called a rat tail comb. It's just really pointy at the ends. And then I just have my little mixer for the bleach. I would rather have extra bleach than not have enough, because when you're in the middle of doing your hair, you don't want to stop what you're doing just to make up another batch of bleach. So as you can see, mine is quite thick. I do like a thicker application just so that way I know that the bleach is actually going to stay where I put it. And once again, this is 20 volume developer with bleach. Okay, so we're in the bathroom now. This is the setup that I have. I just put this mirror, I hung it from the door so that I could see the back of my head. So you're probably gonna see me facing this way a lot just because I am gonna be focusing on the back of my head. So what I'm gonna do is get started by brushing my hair. It's a disaster right now, but what can you do? So what I like to do is section my hair into 4. So that's why this comb comes in handy. I just go right to the back of the ear. I'm sure that I can see what I'm doing. So all of this is when you're gonna look a little crazy, but you know what? It's all gonna be worth it. So since I am working in the back first, I want to make sure that I pin these up nicely, and you want them to be out of the way. See, just like that. And then I'll do the same thing on the exact opposite side. Just right behind the ear. like that. Oops, I grabbed some hair by mistake. Okay. So now you're left with this big chunk here. So now what I'm gonna do is divide it down the middle. Let me use this, I think it'll be a little bit better. Then I just take this side and then pin it up. So my main focus is going to be on this side for now, and then I'll move over to that side afterwards. But you just really want to make sure that these hairs are secured and not going anywhere. I don't want bleach anywhere other than where I'm trying to place it. So yeah, you're going to look a little crazy. Just brush out the hair. So as you can see here, this is my natural, this darkest. And then as you can see, this was the root, not the root tap, but basically the root smudge, sorry. So that was the root smudge. The color is just really gross now. It was a really nice brown at first, but obviously color has faded out of my hair now. So this is just what is left. I don't like it. So I'm gonna go in on the roots first, and then probably the last 10 minutes, I'll come back and push the bleach down to here, just so that I get an all over even color. So that's the plan, but who's to say it's gonna go that way? So let's get started. Don't forget your gloves. If you prefer to work without your gloves, then it's completely up to you. I've done both. But today I'm going to use gloves. So what I like to do is actually start from the very top here, just because it's easier for me to see. Oh, here goes nothing. I'm not liking this brush. I feel like I probably didn't wash it properly the first time around. I think for this one, I'm going with the little one first. Gives you a more accurate application. So you want to work in thinner slices to ensure that you get everything. So I'm just going to try and take as little as possible. I want to make sure that I cover all of my roots. Okay, so that's the first side. I'm just gonna let that hang. Now we're gonna move on to the other side. That is the back. I may just finish off all of it in here. Kind of makes more sense. I'm gonna let that sit for about probably anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna get started with this side. So because we're working in the front now, it's gonna be a little bit easier for me to see. So I do want both of my fronts to develop over time at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the top, and sorry about that noise. There's people in the hallway. Couldn't happen at the worst time. But I've never heard that before. Funny how things happen. So yeah, what I want to do is make sure that the front side is developed at the same time. That way there's not uneven tones. I want to make sure that it sits on for the same amount of time. So that's why I'm just going to go in and do this quickly on both sides. Make sure you get behind the ear as well. Okay, so once you do that, now is when you want to make sure that you keep the front still divided from the back. If you need to, clip those pieces together so they don't get mixed up. So I'm going to continue working my way downwards. now I'm gonna let this process for about 30 to 40 minutes altogether, and we will see what it looks like. I'll show you guys the back as well. Let me just quickly brush this out. It's very, very chaotic. So I just want to make sure that I covered all areas. If you see any little spots that you feel like you might have missed or you just want to go over, now is the time. So I'll just give you guys a little twirl around. This is this side that hasn't been processed for very long. That's how this looks, and then the back looks like this so far. So sometimes what I like to do is go and put a plastic bag over my head to keep the moist in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So usually I just leave out the ends and I just leave just the part that's developing the color or the bleach. So you might get some on you, that's completely normal. So what I do is I just put the bag over my head to trap in all the moist. I don't want the bleach to dry out, because once the bleach is dry, it's not going to be activating the lightener anymore. So you want to make sure that you're keeping it moist throughout. If you find that any spots are drying up, just add a little bit more bleach. That way you know that it's activated and that lightener is actually lightening your hair and it's not just sitting on your hair for fun. So like I said, I'm going to leave this for about 40 minutes and I will show you guys the result of leaving it on for 40 minutes. I might leave it on from anywhere, even up to 50 minutes. We'll see how my hair looks. You want to make sure that it's the inside of a banana color. But yeah, this is super cute, isn't it? Yeah, so I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so this is about 20 minutes later. As you can see, it's developing. This is a lot lighter than even this, so that's why I might go back in. I don't know if I'll do it now or if I'll rinse this and then go in afterwards and just do those little areas. Just go in with the bleach now. Okay, so because I started, I'm just gonna move you guys. Okay, so because I started with the back of my head, I'm gonna go in again and I'm just gonna get this little area here now. it's now been 45 minutes. My alarm just went off. So I'm gonna leave this on for probably 20 more minutes. And the last 10 minutes is probably, or 5 minutes is when I will drag it through to the ends and do like a, what is it called again? Basically like a cocktail of bleach, shampoo, developer, and all that for the last little bit, just to really get an all even color, hopefully. I'm no professional, so this is literally just me trying to figure this out on my own. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bag back on, just to keep nice and moist. I know people hate that word, moist. If you do, I'm so sorry. I literally just, it doesn't really bother me, so I just say it. And I'm sorry if it bothers you. I hope that doesn't affect you watching this video. But yeah, so let's wait about another 20 minutes and then I will check in with you guys. Okay, so I decided to actually make the cocktail. So this already has the bleach. This is how much is left over. Quite a bit. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna add in shampoo, and then I'm gonna, I think it's just bleach, shampoo, and I think you can add water in if you want, but I'm just gonna add some shampoo, and then I'll use that on that, from the mitts to the ends, just to brighten it a little bit. So let's go ahead and add some shampoo in. Give me one moment. I'm gonna use the Olaplex shampoo. For this, I'm not gonna go and grab the little thing to measure how much I'm putting in. I'm just gonna put in a good amount. Like that amount. A good squeeze. Then all you're gonna do is mix it together. Basically, I think it's just like diluting the developer and the bleach. And then it's gonna look like that, quite foamy. So yeah, that's all I did. So if you have leftover bleach, just use that. Otherwise, just mix. I would do 1 scoop of bleach to 1.5 scoops of the developer of your choice, of whichever level you want. For me, I did the 20 volume, and then I did about, I would say, a tablespoon of shampoo, maybe even 2 tablespoons. It doesn't hurt if you do a little bit more or less. You obviously want a little bit more than less though. So that's all I did for that, and then that's ready to do on my ends once I let this sit for another 20 minutes. So I'll be back to show you guys that as well. Okay, so it's about 10 minutes later, and now I want to do the last 10 minutes of all of my hair. So I'm taking that cocktail that I made with the shampoo and bleach and developer, and I'm just gonna apply that on my ends. Make sure that you really saturate the hair. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't like the toner that was used on me when I went and got my hair done, so I'm hoping that this will help remove all of that. So basically what this is called, now that I just remembered, it's called a bleach bath. If I didn't already say that, that's what it's called. So I've gone ahead with all of the back. And now I'm going to take out the sides. So I'm just going to continue doing the same thing in the front as I did the back, and then I will leave that on for about 5 more minutes, and then I will rinse and show you guys what it looks like. Okay guys, so I have about 5 minutes left on the clock, but I think I'm gonna wash it out now. This is how she is looking. I'm a little bit nuts. There is still some warmth back here, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna hop into the shower, wash this out, and show you guys what it looks like when it's been washed out. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back and my face is very irritated. So is my head from the bleach, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna brush through. This is the color. This is how it looks after going in and bleaching it. So now that I have my hair bleached, I'm gonna go in and tone it. So I'm gonna use the WELLA T14 toner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on about this much on my roots and let that sit for probably 15 minutes. And then I'll go through and run it through my ends for the last 5 minutes. So I will go ahead and go get some clothes on so that I don't have a towel on. Okay guys, so here is the WELLA T14. I'm going to be using the same mixing bowl, and I'm going to be using that as my applicator. I don't want to use the other applicator just because I have more control over using a brush. So it's 1 part toner and 2 parts developer. So I am going to go in with a 20 volume. I could go lighter, a lower developer, but this time I'm just going to do 20. So you just want to pour this in. And if you don't have a measuring cup, what you can do is use this. So I'm going to fill this up twice. So here we go. Oops, a little overflow there. And just want to squeeze that into the bowl. Okay, then you're just going to repeat that same step. Back in. Okay. So now I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to mix it all up. The toner is very liquidy. It's not as thick at all, so it's really easy to apply. I'm just using 1 bottle. I think that should be enough. Let's hope. If not, I do have more. So immediately after stirring, it turns, almost looks kind of brownish. So this, let me stir it up and show you guys the consistency of it. It's almost like jello. So, by the way, the color of my hair is picking up a lot more orangey or yellow on camera than it is in person. So, just wanted to give that a little heads up. That's how it is. Not bad. Okay. So, once you're done mixing, this is how it's gonna look. Chunky. So now I'm gonna go in and start applying. Like I mentioned, I'm just gonna apply it to the roots. Going in just at the root, just kind of doing like a root tap. And then I'll show you guys a technique that I learned off of Elle Bang's channel. Sylvia is her name. She's a hairstylist who makes videos on YouTube. I'm sure that if you're watching mine, you've probably already seen a million of hers. I love her channel. I learned so much from it. So I'm gonna drag that all the way down. So I'm gonna take, I forgot my gloves. Shoot. That's all right. No gloves today. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap. So basically, I just like to apply it all over the main areas of my head, where you see the most. For behind the ear, I like to go in with my smaller brush. Same thing on the other side. You have to work very quickly. I'm trying to work really quickly so that I get an all even tone in these areas. I want them to be the same color. Okay, so see how quickly it's working? So now what I'm gonna do is start sectioning the back. So what she does is she basically goes down on an angle. This is more for like the rooted in look that she does, but I'm gonna do it with my toner. I think she actually did it before actually with her toner. I watched that video a while ago and it's just kind of stuck with me, and this is the technique that I always follow now. So I can't remember if she does it with her toners, but I know she does it with her color too. So either way, the technique works. It's amazing because I want my root area to be a little bit darker. And in the back, you can go further down. Don't be afraid. And then I'm gonna try to keep out the front of my face because I want these pieces to be the lightest. Doing the same thing on the other side. Just pulling it all forward. We shall see. I'll leave it like that for now. It's not the end of the world if it gets a little bit. Same thing on the other side. So basically, that is, you can just go like this. Make sure that it's all nice and even there. And just check the back. I'm gonna come down a little bit further down on the back here. I'm just gonna focus a little bit more on the back pieces. I'm gonna take the first half here. So now that that's at the root, what I'm going to do is just brush through that. Okay, so now that that portion is done, what I like to do now is just brush through it. Brush it all out. See how it's blending? Still not putting too much focus on the front, but just blending it out. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in with this one. So I'm just go like this. Now I'm going to go in and apply some to the front pieces. Now I'm just gonna work it in everywhere. I'll use my hands just because I want a nice even application. Ensure that you're working really quickly. You have to watch it because this is a toner, so you can tone your hair really quickly to a shade that you may not be the happiest with. I want to make sure that all the hair is saturated. I'm gonna give it probably a couple more minutes, not even. I don't want it to be gray. Okay, I'm gonna hop into the shower now. This is a pretty good color, I'm thinking. Show you guys. See when you wipe it off. Let me go quickly rinse this out and I'll be back. And bam, here she is. This is her. So that is how I bleach, do a full bleach on my hair. This color is not, this lighting, sorry, not this color. This lighting is not doing justice. Like, it is so, it's platinum, guys. Like, I'm gonna try and take you guys somewhere else and show you better lighting. It is later in the evening, because I did this after work, but I wanted to get it done. But look at this color, guys. It's so light. I love it. I look so strange because I don't have any makeup on or anything, but I always feel super weird when I first do a complete like bleach out. I'm not used to it because I was just used to those dark roots, so this is so different for me. But I really wanted to give you guys an updated hair video, so here you have it. I know that you guys all loved my last one. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna leave it up here. Make sure you go in, click it, watch it, see how that one turned out. I think it's quite similar. That one might have been a little bit more of a golden blonde or pearl blonde. This one is more, I'd say like platinum. I don't know, maybe I haven't really compared the two. Maybe they're the same. I also have to see this in natural lighting because right now this lighting sucks. So I'm gonna try and show you guys what it really looks like tomorrow in natural lighting. But yeah, I'm gonna try and leave the bathroom and see if we can get into some better lighting for you guys. So let's go. Okay, so this is in better lighting. This is how it looks. As you can see, it's a nice all over even tone. The top, the roots are a little bit darker, but it's very, very similar. Like, you can't even notice a difference. Like, honestly, it actually might just be the same. I think it's all one tone. It's so hard to tell in this lighting, but like I said, tomorrow I'm going to show you guys in natural lighting. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I also want to go through and tell you a little bit, just so you know, it is 9:49. So it's quite late, it's really dark outside, so I will definitely show you guys in better lighting tomorrow. But the products that I use to maintain the health of my hair is Olaplex. Olaplex is a lifesaver. So I use the shampoo, the conditioner, the number 3, and then I also use the oil as well on my hair afterwards. So it just helps to keep the bonds in place and restore those bonds so that your hair is it's in good health. So without Olaplex, I don't think my hair, I'd be able to run my fingers through it like I am. So thank you, Olaplex. I also have the number 8 that I haven't used much of, so I'm gonna try doing that sometime this week. I think it's a leave-in. Oh my gosh, I'm getting them all confused because I have the whole line. So the number 8 is the newest one. I believe it's a leave-in. I'll have to double check, but yeah, I'm gonna use that on my hair as well and just try and revive my hair as much as possible, because obviously when you bleach it, it is damaging. So yeah, this is the final result, guys. I hope that you loved it. I love it. Leave a comment down below what you'd like to see from me next. Thank you so much. Bye.